Hi children, English language, nightmares, Form 1, first term. SOW reference, Unit 2, page number 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 and 39. Text level work comprehension, word level work, vocabulary, spellings, sentence level work, grammar and punctuation, text level work. Lesson objectives, children. At the end of the lesson, children will be able to understand about the given facts according to the lesson, write answers to the comprehension part, understand about the subject and predicate, create students' critical thinking. Nightmares. So, what are the nightmares, children? It is commonly occur among adults or kids. Nightmares or bad dreams are a type of dream that cause to feel anxiety, fear or terror. Almost everyone gets them once in a while. Adults or kids, it can feel you scared, anxious or upset, but nightmares are not real, or you no need to be afraid about nightmares. So these are the pictures about nightmares, children. So page number 29, there is a text. So I am going to read about a bit of this text. So afterward you can read, observe the lesson very well, and you can do the page number 30 text level work comprehension. Shall we start reading? The account given below is a description of a recurring nightmare. This nightmare was a frequent occurrence when the author was 10 or 11 years of age. The author often woke screaming and had to be calmed by parents. So this is an incident of somebody because he or she gets nightmares time to time. So it began again. It means several times this incident happened. It was standing in bright sunshine on a hilltop. The hill stood on a perfectly flat plain. The hill was clothed in bright, uniformly green grass, as short as if it had been closely mown or cropped by vast numbers of rabbits. The sky above was a crisp, clean blue with a few bucket clouds, like a painting by Magritte. I stood with arms outstretched, and if crucified, turning slowly with the delicate breeze that wafted across the hill. As I turned, I hummed quietly and contentedly. Below me, patchwork patterns of fields circled, creating the feeling of a fairground ride. Children, in this whole lesson, you will get some points of what kind of feelings you will have if you get nightmares. So it is a common incident, as well as some others are having it again and again. So somebody can't stop that. Severely it happens time to time. So that time you have to go to see a doctor at the end if something happened. But this is not a very serious case. So others around you who gets nightmares, they have to be very careful about the person, what kind of a situation the person is in. So that time around others have to help the person who gets nightmares. So this is a lesson about that. So it is a very easy lesson. So actually I will tell you why do we get nightmares. So stressful things that happen during the day can turn dreams into nightmares. Also, nightmares may be a way to relieve the pressures of the day. Also, most kids or adults and faced at once, one time or another. Maybe a problem at school, problem in home, when you are doing sports or school work, moving or illness, or death of loved ones can cause stress that leads to nightmares. So after watching scary movies, so you have that experience. So even uh, adults also getting scared after they watching scary movies. So reading a scary books about ghost or something scary tales. So before you go to bed, we'll get nightmares like that. So let's move on to the activities. So I have given you some vocabulary, some difficult words. Recurring means happen again. Frequent, occur many times. Baguette, long narrow loaf of bread. Crucified, put someone to death by nailing or binding across. Contentedly, happily. Distracted, divert attention from something. Trepidation, feeling fear with if something will happen. Cramped, painful muscles with tightening. Minuscule, very tiny. Assaulted, a violent attack. Panic, nervous. In text level work, children, comprehension page number 3, which two sentences show that this is a repeating dream? The first two sentences. When you are reading in your book, page number 35, there are two sentences, the account given below, and it began again. So when you are reading, there were two words, recurring and it began again, means it's happening time to time. It is a repeating incident like that. Then what did the clouds look like? So there's a simile you can see when you are observing the lesson. The clouds look like a painting. The clouds look like a painting. So in this picture, children, you can have a clear instruction about your nightmares lesson. Say the child is very scary and maybe he or she is shivering about the incident, but the mother is kindly talk with her and avoid from the situation. So there is a teddy bear, a lovely toy with her. So likewise, the situation and the environment is settled, the incident will vanish. So this is what somebody, after somebody having a nightmare, the situation should be. So let's move on to the next slide, children. Page number 35, children, there is a picture and the topic is don't disturb. Read the page number 35 and answer the questions. Why should you not shake a child who is asleep and having nightmares? So what is the answer for this question? Why should you not shake a child? Are you shaking the child or appropriate person if it happens such a situation? It is very dangerous if you are doing like that. So what we have to do is don't disturb or shake your child if still asleep, because he or she is in sleeping still. So waking them will only frighten them more. They will frighten more when we are shaking the child. So that is the answer for the first one. Don't disturb or shake your child if he is still asleep. Waking them will only frighten them more. Second one, why should you not tell of a child having a nightmare? So the answer is there with the bullets. So while you're reading, you will find the answer. The third one, what should you do if a child having sleepwalks? All answers are there. which professionals should you look for guidance if your child experiences persistent nightmares? At which stage of growing up do most children experience nightmares? So when you are reading this text, I will try to focus the answers. Here are some answers you will find while I am reading. Assure your child that it's only a dream, that it isn't real. Try to get them to talk about what happened in the dream. Talking about dreams makes them less frightening. Stay in the room and near the bed until the child falls asleep again. Turn on the lights and talk softly to soothe and assure the child that he or she is safe. So these are some kind of steps that your child is having nightmares. So there are things you can do which may help to avoid your child having nightmares. Keep the room safe in case of sleepwalking. Avoid upper bunks and keep the floor free of dangerous obstructions. Warn babysitters or other family members and let them know how to deal with nightmares. Establish a bedtime routine with a peaceful atmosphere. Example, a relaxing bath, hot chocolate, and a favorite story. Give your child a hug when you tuck him or her in. Check your temperature. Check for a temperature or illness that may be causing the nightmares. So here are some examples how to avoid from nightmares. Before we sleep, we have to get a good environment. We have to settle a good fresh air, and we have to keep a favorite toy or put on a light. So these are some kind of steps these children have to follow. Now we are learning about common prefixes, children. So what are the prefixes? Prefixes mean if a word comes from the beginning, if a bit of a word or one letter comes at the beginning of a word, then what will happen to the whole word? Maybe the meaning will explode, or the meaning will entirely change, or it will be a positive or opposite meaning. So common prefixes. What are the common prefixes, children? I have mentioned here: anti, dis, co, ex, over, pre, post, un, re. So when you add across, along, around, amid, allowed, ahead, apart, like. In this lesson, there are two common prefixes. What are they? Dis and none. So dis and none, you can see when you put dis into a word, what will happen? Disconnect, connect. So the meaning opposite. And un also, when you put un at the beginning of a word, so the meaning will be opposite. Disconnect, display, dismantle, like that. Untie, undo, unfair, unlimited. Likewise, you can observe the other common prefixes also. Then you can do the activity in page number 37. Right, children, let's move on to the next slide. Then subject and predicate. In this lesson, you will understand about the subject and predicate. It is a very simple grammar lesson. So in every sentence, there is a subject and predicate. What is the subject? The part which names the person or thing we are speaking about is called the subject. Actually, it is the first bit of the sentence. who is doing the action. Who is doing the action? Then it comes subject. What is the predicate? The predicate is a part which tells something about the subject. Always predicate tells about the subject. Example, Mr. Smith took a walk. So in this sentence, Mr. Smith is the subject. Took a walk is the predicate. So each sentence there must be two parts, subject and predicate. So let's move on to the exercise, children. Activity. Create sentences using the subject and predicate. So here I have mentioned subject and predicate divided into two columns. So you can create sentences. See the subjects: India, the workman, he, the house, some boys, his axe, a blind man. So these are subjects. Another side there are predicates. India is a great country. So what is the subject? India. What is the predicate? Is a great country. Next sentence, the workmen were lazy. The workmen were lazy. So if it is when we take as a sentence, the workmen were lazy. He died for his country. The house is beautiful. Some boys were flying kites. His axe fell into the water. A blind man cannot see. Likewise, you can create these sentences and underline the subject and predicate. Especially here, children, when you are writing the sentence, you must use the first letter capital. At the end, you have to put the full stop. And in the middle of sentence, you can't use capital letters. So all middle letters should be simple excepted I or a proper noun. Let's move on to the next slide, children. Yes, children, I think today's lesson you have enjoyed a lot, and I invite you to read the whole lesson and get some facts from magazines and papers also, as well as I invite you to do all the exercise and fulfill your learning. Thank you so much. Have a great day.